Okay, everybody, what's up? It's the Manga King here once again to talk about One Piece. I gotta do a double chapter review. I actually prefer doing this than doing the traditional weekly chapter reviews because I feel like I can get more covered and like it's a lot more enjoyable to marathon two chapters of a manga than just one. I actually prefer. I'm one of those type of people that likes to marathon through a manga, so I'm not really the biggest fan of waiting week after week for the next thing to happen. I understand Oda this week he's on hiatus because of his health, which is just great. Right before the wedding starts, he has to go on hiatus. But I understand. He's one of the hardest working mangaka in the world. So get your rest, Oda. But basically, okay, I got to cover what happened over these last two chapters. What happened last chapter was that the wedding was getting ready to get started. We got introduced to all these different characters from different parts of the underworld. We got different interesting character designs and stuff like that. We got the whole stairway thing. We had the whole thing introducing the fact that Jinbei is most likely going to join the Straw Hat crew, which is awesome. I'm looking forward to that. The only thing I'm gonna say is that he's gonna die. It's plain and simple. Jinbei's gonna die. Everybody knows Jinbei's gonna die, and that's one thing I'm a little mad about is that they didn't really get to do a good job at hiding the fact that he's gonna die. He's gonna die. Okay, no more Jinbei. Okay, no more Jinbei. And I don't mean for Neverworld. No more Jinbei. He's gonna die. That's gonna be sad. I like the setup. Last couple chapters getting ready for the wedding. Basically, these last couple chapters are getting ready for the wedding. We got the whole plan with Caesar Clown using the mirror to set up the stuff involving going in. We had the whole thing introduced about the what's her name again? I keep forgetting. Like, what is Big Mom's mother's name? Is that her mother? I don't know. Like what's the lady in the picture's name? It's not pudding. It's not shortcake. It's not cheesecake. It's not apple pie. Like it's some kind of food. I don't know. But I forgot her name. It's gonna be interesting seeing how they're gonna pull this plan off. Even though this plan kind of feels kind of too easy and too simple to pull off. Like they got freaking headphones, they got freaking earplugs to solve this whole situation. They got earplugs, they got freaking earplugs, and the whole like Big Mom is the weakest Yonko. Okay, she's the weakest. She's like my least favorite out of all the Yonko because she can get defeated with a freaking picture, and with that when that picture is at like she's at like her weaker state, like her body is kind of weaker and she can take more attacks, even though normally she would be like an iron balloon, as they said in the chapter. But yeah, it was very interesting seeing that information. I already talked about the whole plan in the Pirate Alliance plan thing. I thought it was cool. I just can't wait till this wedding actually starts. These last two chapters have been really just building up the freaking atmosphere with what's gonna happen. We've got the Tamate Bago, which was introduced. That's going to be opened next chapter. We had the whole situation involving freaking Pudding and Sanji getting ready to come out for the wedding. And I'm disappointed in Sanji. I'm sorry. I'm disappointed in Sanji. If a girl did me that bad and I figured out that she was trying to literally kill me, I would not question the information that I had. I'd be like, I don't trust this lady. I don't trust her. Don't trust her. Sanji, what are you doing? Don't trust her. And don't act like oh my god, maybe I was dreaming. Dude, get some freaking backbone. Are you serious? I love Sanji, but god dang. What is up with him? In last chapter, I did not like that. Like the whole Pudding situation got on my nerves. And then Pudding basically like I'm not even gonna go over what Pudding said because I freaking hate her. She's so annoying. Not everybody gets a nice person. Pudding should consider herself lucky. She should consider herself lucky that such a nice person actually wants to marry. But no, Pudding's a freaking butt face. She is. she is literally trash. She is a trash human being. But you know, it's the way One Piece is. One Piece is a freaking melodrama. Co-Provider said it in one of his videos. I have to mention the fact that in Co-Provider's video, he said that One Piece is a melodrama, and the fact that the villains have to be purely evil and the good guys have to be purely good. And that's one thing that has been just the case, especially recently, when it comes to One Piece villains. Like, before the time skip, it was less so, but now it's a lot more prevalent how much of a melodrama One Piece is. And I'm kind of upset that we didn't get as much development to Big Mom's character. I was actually looking forward to doing that. I hope we do before this arc is over, before Whole Cake Island is over. If we kill Big Mom, hopefully Big Mom doesn't die before this arc is over. She shouldn't die. That wouldn't make any sense. This plan shouldn't work. Like, I mean, they should at least get Sanji out of there, and that should be the best. That should be the most that happens. I don't really care about the Vince Smokes. I don't. I feel like Ichiji is probably... Wait, was it Ichiji that was the strongest? I feel like Ichiji is strong. I feel like he's stronger than Judge. But, you know, they're interesting, I guess. This whole arc overall, so far, it's interesting. I'm looking forward to the wedding, okay? I want the wedding to happen. Because the last two chapters, I felt like they were really, really good at developing the situation. Oh, and before I continue, Dogtooth Katakuri. Dogtooth Katakuri feel like the second son of the freaking Big Mom. It kind of feels like he was a last-ditch effort to make this plan seem more interesting. Feels like he kind of was a pull out of nowhere just to make this whole situation a little more interesting, because even though I feel like his ability is completely stupid, his ability is dumb. Like, he's developed his observation hockey to the point where he can see into the future. That is stupid. That is just plain stupid. Like, his ability with the jelly bean was cool. His character design is cool. That's it. That's it. I don't like... I mean, his bounding is interesting. It makes sense that his bounty is so high given his ability, but I don't like his hockey ability at all. I feel like it's a last-ditch effort to make the situation interesting when they could have actually made this whole situation more interesting in a natural way, just given the fact that Big Mom is dangerous to begin with. If they didn't have the picture thing, number one, if they didn't have the picture thing, if they kept the picture thing completely out of the situation, I feel like this could have worked. They would have to find another weakness. The picture thing is to me kind of like, okay, it's not necessarily the best weakness for Big Mom. To me, I feel like it could have been done better. If I were to write this whole situation dealing with Big Mom, I would still have it to where Sanji, while he doesn't have the handcuffs anymore, I would still have it to where, you know, Big Mom, she's still really, really strong. But the way to beat her wouldn't be the picture. I think if I were to do this, I would say that Big Mom would have to have like an extreme care for her children or something else. Like, I just feel like it just should have been something. I really have to sit back here and contemplate and do a completely different discussion video about the whole situation involving the Big Mom in the picture situation. But yeah, I don't like Dogtooth. I like all of the new characters that were introduced that are really a part of the underworld. We have the guy who's a part of the news, who looks like Big Bird. I love his character design. We have the dude who deals with storage, which I thought was interesting. given the fact that the world is full of pirates. Co-provider said that it's kind of cool because pirates need a place to store all their treasure, and it makes sense. We had the guy who's in charge of the morgue, who doesn't really look that original. He looks like the kind of atypical dude with the scythe. We got the lady who's queen of the pleasure corner, and I don't get what that is all about. We have, and then like it's just I love the character design, the new characters that are introduced. I think they're gonna make it interesting. I feel like all of them in some way are really, really strong. So when this whole plan breaks out, I just want the plan to break out. And the last thing I want to say is poor door. I feel really sorry for that door. That door should not have been killed. They killed the door. I love that door. That door was one of the most beautiful doors ever. It had like beautiful eyes. I could stare into those eyes for days, and the door dies. Just that simple. Capone's just like you've seen too much. It was like at the door. But yeah, that's all that happened in the last couple chapters. I basically kind of covered all that I liked and all that I didn't like. I didn't necessarily do a complete and utter analysis of each of these chapters since not really much happened. It was mostly just setup, and I gotta wait till next week to do a full-on video. So that's that. You guys have an awesome day, and peace out.